Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another reaction for you guys. Today guys, of course, we're checking out the next episode of Arcane. This is Season 1, Episode 6. I like this title a lot. When These Walls Come Tumbling Down. I wonder what that's referring to. I'm not really sure, but I'm expecting something insane here. Now, this is what the show has done in terms of my expectations, is because Episode 3, of course, as everybody knows, the base violence necessary for change, pulled up the title there. The last 15-20 minutes of that episode is bonkers as shit, and then once that episode ends, you had to wait. If you were watching it when they first dropped the first 3 episodes, you had to wait. You couldn't binge the show. You had to wait for the next 3 episodes. So now, with episode 6, the last episode before now we have to wait a couple more days before the last 3 to drop, I'm expecting something insane to happen. I'm not saying it has to be as insane as episode 3 in terms of the ending there with Vi and what Powder did, all that kind of stuff, and Silco, all that. But I'm expecting something massive to happen because they're making us wait. They're not dropping all the episodes at once because they could have easily done that. But they're choosing not to spread them across 3 different weeks as acts. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. So I don't know. I do not know. The last episode, we had Silco taking Powder to this lake where he was drowned by Vander. And he was saying a weak man died here and then a new one was reborn, implying that he is now a different person. He's stronger because he was reborn in that lake. So that he put Powder under the water, and then she was reborn as Jinx. Because he says, Jinx is perfect. But we're seeing how Jinx is not perfect, because clearly she's being haunted by her past and what she did. And that one decision of sending that makeshift bomb with the clapper attached with the crystal killed Milo. I forget the other kid's name. And then in the process, Vander had to make choices that ended up killing him as well. And then, of course, Vi leaving her only for a moment, but her thinking that her sister abandoned her. And then, of course, you know, even though she got that new form of crystal that Victor and Jace were working on, Jinx, Powder, she killed, I think, 6 enforcers in the process as well. So she's not perfect. Something is going on that needs to be addressed with Jinx, because she's lost it, and it seems like she's getting worse. I'm not really sure. So there's that. We also have the fact too that Victor is dying, but they cut away before they revealed how long he has left to live, and his blood got inside that device, the magic thing he was working on, the runes and moving stuff around. It got infused with electricity from it. So I'm curious what that means exactly. I don't know. Then on top of that, Vi found out, because she was under this impression the whole entire time that she was locked up, that Silco took his sister and has been keeping her prisoner and has taken her somewhere and basically holding her against her will. And then she was told, no, she's actually working for him and that she considers Silco a father. And that's where they ended that part of the storyline in terms of Vi's part of it. Brutal stuff. You know, all this time she thinks that she's going to save her sister from Silco and to bring her back, you know, home in a sense, but basically bringing them back together to save her sister. Realizing, no, your sister actually abandoned you and said, you're no longer my sister because you walked away from me when I was screaming for you and you never came back because she, you know, just assumed Vi left her forever. So I don't know. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I love this show so much. I cannot wait to get to this episode, guys. So let's get into it now. Let's check it out. Episode 6. Love this title once again. When These Walls Come Tumbling Down. Aw. Hey, at least it works. What the fuck? Who's that guy?
She's dying.
Dying? Jesus.
I'm attempting to prevent that.
I heard your prognosis.
What?
I'm terribly sorry,
What's...
my boy.
Okay, can you tell us?
You should be proud of what you've accomplished, Victor.
I mean, yeah, Hextech has really changed the city.
I didn't know you were an artist.
Do you really even know her, though?
There's quite a lot about me you don't know.
Exactly.
Victor's dying.
That's why he left. It wasn't because he needed to get out of there. It's because he actually needed to get out of there.
Victor saved my life once. Now he needs me, and there's nothing I
Yeah.
can do.
You can try.
Feeling so useless.
Oh. Something happened to it? I mean, we saw where the blood got fused in it or something. Yeah.
Jack!
Jesus Christ.
Here.
Who are they? Why wasn't I invited to the party?
Because it's your sister. And
I got
yeah.
in a fight with Zavika. Need a number on her.
What the hell's that? The sign.
Oh. 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 Oh shit.
We lost her.
Lost who?
Lost who? Oh. Okay. She's going off the beaten path, I think, here.
Feel like
It's your sister.
Oh.
Back. She's
Your sister. Mm-hmm.
It's only a matter of time before you implode.
Mm-hmm.
Silco finally gets the
I mean-
message that you're about as good for her cause as you were for your family.
Wait, who's she playing with? Oh my gosh.
Joined us. You were Daddy here assured me that she left with him. But it seems she never made it. Isn't that sad? Could you
Yeah.
imagine? Then of what use are you?
I'll track her down.
Will you?
I can fix this.
It responds to organic matter.
Whoa.
It's happened to everyone.
Yeah, I'll just die there.
Why?
Holy crap.
You topsiders always find a way to screw us. I suppose topside is to blame for all your misfortunes.
I mean, not everything. He's not even really paying attention. Oh, okay. What he's seen before.
You must destroy it. I've seen nations destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
A single seed, and it looked
Like that.
exactly like this.
Professor, this could save Victor's life.
Oh, shit. Oh my god.
Easy, easy.
she's bleeding. She needs a doctor.
Mm-hmm. Not get one here.
Come by around here.
Yeah, exactly. Training her gun. Wow.
She knew me when I was still. Anyway,
I don't know. Should we trust this guy? I don't know.
For now, we need to prevent any further attacks.
Short
Good luck.
searching everyone who crosses the bridges.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how we can. This sort of an order.
Do it. We have to protect the city.
We probably should talk with the rest of the council before we made that decision, but okay.
traded honor for prestige.
He's gonna be
Once
outvoted.
one tribe.
I have a feeling.
Now we are houses divided.
What's your plan to fix this?
What's your plan?
I see what this is about.
Uh-oh.
Your Hextech projects need more time, more safeguards.
I believe it's time we gave the beloved founder of our city a well-deserved retirement.
Wow.
Please, don't do this.
Whoa, whoa. I'm so sorry, man. I wasn't expecting that at all. I was not expecting to vote him out and to send him into retirement. Powder, yeah. Mm-hmm. They were there.
Vanta's prodigy.
Of course he's there. Of course. Oh boy.
I'm gonna find her and erase whatever fucked up delusions you put in her head. You talk too much.
She had the same idea. Shit. Of course he survived. Exactly. I was like, is that what she's looking at? Whoa. That was a cool transition. Liar. Oh, fuck.
Powder?
Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Why?
Face to face again.
Powder!
Are they gonna hug? Okay, she's gonna hug her. You're gonna hug. Come on, hug back. Right? Hug back. Yes.
So sorry, Powder. I tried to come back, I promise. Are you real?
Yes, she's real.
Yes.
She's been seeing a lot of
It's me. Fine.
shit, so
Your sister, I'm here. Your sister is Jinx. Caitlin,
Mhm.
listen. We
Yeah,
can work this
calm
out.
down.
This is
We'll figure this out. It's not a trick.
trick.
It's not a trick.
I'm in no mood. Was that why you came? For this?
Shit.
Everyone shut up. I need to think.
Yeah.
You hear that?
Oh my god. Ooh, good punch. Careful. Damn. What? Careful. Ooh, nice dodge. Watch your back. Ooh. Damn. Yeah, and they're gone. Fuck. Right? Yep. Ugh. I figured something big was going to happen in this episode, but I wasn't expecting that. Especially the ending, where literally we have Vi and Powder, going by Jinx now, finally reunite. They actually reunite after all these years. And at the very last second, Vi's been taken. But of course, because it can't end where they're both together again, you know, back together, get the band back together, kinda. That wasn't going to happen. But man, okay. So, I want to talk about the ending actually first. The conversation between Vi and Powder, Jinx. I'll just stick with Jinx now because she's like, I don't want to hear Powder anymore. My name is Jinx. So, she doesn't see herself as Powder anymore. So, they actually reunite. We've been building this up slowly. We knew it was coming. She held up the thing in the sky and having the blue smoke. Vi actually saw it. And I'm like, holy shit, like she's right there. And it's not some sort of trick because within this conversation, we see where Jinx is hearing shit, seeing shit that's not there. And it's like clearly this is too much to handle. But also the fact is too, she's not in a good place right now. You know, she's seeing shit, hearing shit. It's not good. But what I liked how they started this moment between them two is that they're hugging it out. It's a big moment. She finally embraces her sister, realizing, are you real? Like, yes. Like, this is actually Vi. This is actually your sister. And then the turning point happened because then we have Caitlyn who, you know, at some point had to show up, I was assuming, because Vi and Caitlyn were together when the smoke was seen. So she had to be far behind her. She had to show up at some point. So that was the turning point of the scene. Before everything just kind of broke loose and there was a big fight scene, which was really good, by the way. But when she shows up, she pulls out her gun. Like, what's going on here? She's like, she was telling the truth because you are with an enforcer. And she assumes that Vi is after the crystal that she stole. Vi has no idea about that. Like, she doesn't care about that because her whole mission was to find you. You know, she doesn't care what the hell's going on with this crystal. She has no idea what's going on in Piltover and all this stuff about Hextech. She has no idea, doesn't care. She's there for you, Jinx. So she tries to talk with her and make her understand, and ultimately it kind of just falls apart because then this is where Jinx starts to go really in maximum overdrive, if you will, of like where she doesn't know what's real, what's going on. She's like talking to herself and shit, and then they get attacked. And I forget what they called them, the Firelights or something, like that group that we saw, I think it was the beginning of episode 4. They show up. And they're attacking, going crazy. Like they showed them a little bit earlier. One of I think he's like the lead individual running this group. We saw that individual standing and looking over as Vi and Caitlyn were going down into like this like really dark terrain where apparently when both Vi and Powder were younger, back then she was Powder, of course. When they were younger, that's where they would go to, I guess, play, and they lived there at some point. I'm not really sure, but maybe that was their home. Maybe? I have no idea. But regardless, like, that's where they were going, and you see that individual standing there kind of watching over them. So I'm like, what's going on there? I mean, obviously, they're against Jinx and everything, so it might not end well. And it didn't. The fight scene was freaking awesome. And what it showed to Vi and to Jinx is that they have to set aside everything that's going on at the moment because they have to fight to get out of this mess. I think what's interesting is that we know that Vi is strong, and for Jinx, she wasn't really paying too much attention But what they really made a point to show to us and to show to Vi is how brutal Jinx is now. Like, how insane she is in terms of fighting. She's just firing her weapon everywhere. She almost hits her sister in the process of firing the giant Gatling gun and shit. And that her dodging abilities and shit, and the fact that she gets hit or something and then she turns around and latches a bomb on the, like, that board or whatever that guy's using to fly around. Like, how fast it was. Jesus. And then you see how she's hitting a guy over and over with her gun, and Vi's like, what are you doing? Like she's like concerned, and she should be. And then of course Caitlyn gets saves the crystal, but then she gets knocked out, and then the crystal's taken away from her, and then they take Vi away, and then Jinx screams in credits. So we had the reunion. Now I'm curious to see how it's going to go about Vi being rescued, or she's going to escape, or because I feel like at this point Jinx is against Silco now because of what she did throughout this whole episode. She's going against what Silco was doing, and in terms of attacking, I forget Savikia, I forget her name. She fought Vi in the last episode. She has been always talking shit about Jinx this entire time. You know, saying that she's unstable, she's not trustworthy, all this stuff. And so now she was used to get information or to find out what's actually going on here, because she walks into Silco's office saying, you know, she got away, all that kind of stuff, and then there's Jinx, and it's not Silco, and then ties her up and, like, you know, starts talking to her and stuff, and it's like, your sister's alive and all that, you know? So I feel like at this point Jinx is against Silco. Maybe I'm wrong, but the fact that she tied her up in his office, and it's clear that based on her actions, she's clearly unstable. I think Silco knew that, but even more to the point where I don't think she's going to follow Silco anymore. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we start the next batch of episodes and she's back with Silco again. I just don't know what's going to happen with that. But we'll see. Silco definitely lost his little cool there. He really did, because he was under the impression that I give some of these guys living in this under part of the underground, this like dark area where they get affected by sunlight or any sort of light, give them, I forget, they call it shimmer or something, and that's what they call it, but gave them that liquid, and they started, you know, changing, and they started walking towards Vi and Caitlyn, and they knock down that tower, and Silco gets, like, just starts kicking the shit out of, think of some guy that got knocked out or whatever. He's just so angry, or maybe he was dead. Regardless, Silco's just so pissed, so angry. Everything's kind of falling apart for him. So yeah, so Silco definitely didn't get what he wanted. I mean, he did question, I forget his name, the enforcer that works for him, that his daughter, he was in his daughter's bedroom playing that little stacking game of cards or whatever, and asking what happened with Vi and what's going on. He's like, I can fix this. Like, well, we'll see. So while all this is going on, we have Jace's side of it all, Jace and Victor. And we open actually the episode with Victor having some sort of flashback and running into, I believe it's this, is it the same scientist from working for Silco? I don't know. Regardless, the guy's still alive, and he keeps saying the mutation must live on, and there's this animal that was being, like, basically injected with, I'm guessing, some sort of shimmer and keeping it alive. And now in the present day, in terms of the timeline we're following, it's still alive in a tube full of some sort of liquid. And I had to look up the name because I am bad with names, as you guys know. Heimerdinger, Heimerdinger, from the show, who has lived, I think, 300 years, something like that. He was voted out of the council. And I think what really brought him to this point was that Jason Victor was working on that new version of some sort of hex tech that was, of course, this is the same device that was fused with Victor's blood. And they started realizing it could be used to fuse other things as well, in terms of making plants stuff grow, but they die soon after. But they're trying to figure out how to make it work. When Heimerdinger, I think it's how you pronounce his name. If I'm wrong, apologies, but I'm bad with names, but it's a long name. But when he saw the device, he flashed back to when somebody had this, like, I'm guessing this amount of power, and realized this is going too far. It's already too far as it is, because he was against this whole idea from the start anyways. This whole idea of fusing, like, magic and technology together. Like, he was against that from the start. So now it's getting to the point where it's getting too much. but it could be used to save lives, to help people. And then they're at the council, and Jace is making a point that, we are humans, basically saying, you outlive us so much, we don't have the time you do. Because they make a point earlier in the episode when Victor is sitting there. They still haven't revealed exactly how much time he has left. But when Victor's there talking to him, he says, well, I've seen many of students, and, the best ones burn the brightest, indicating they don't live as long. But also implying that he has seen many students because he's lived for so long. So Jace makes that point and brings that up at the council, saying he needs to be forced to retirement because his way of leading Piltover and his mindset is not ideal. But here's the thing. I feel like Jace made this decision, and they all made the decision at a crucial moment where it's going to backfire. It's going to backfire because I think Heimendinger, I keep saying that name, like thinking it's probably the incorrect pronunciation. But I think he's right. Because things are going to get really bad. That's just my guess. Things are not going to end well. This is not going to be good at all. So we'll see. I really enjoyed the episode. I'm so happy I started the show and watching it now for the channel. But ultimately, I love how they're telling the story and how we're following multiple perspectives as, normal TV shows do. But what I like is that every single, story we're following, I'm really engaged with each one. Because there's some shows where we have multiple perspectives we're following in multiple storylines, where some storylines are better than others. Honestly, every single storyline we're following with all these different characters, I'm really invested in. I'm really curious to see where it goes, because at any moment, there's betrayal, at any moment there's new alliances, and at any moment there's big reveals, and then questions that come up that need to be answered that, of course, are not answered right away. So there's a lot of things to look forward to. I really hope they announce a season 2. I'm hoping that they are working on a season 2. They just haven't announced it yet, because this show deserves more seasons. It deserves, we have 3 episodes still to go, but the way they have handled these first 6, oh my God, give me more. What did you guys think of the episode? I'm curious to know your thoughts. What were some of your highlights from the episode? What were some of your favorite moments from this episode? Are you excited for the last act, Act 3, episode 7, 8, 9? Whatever thoughts you have, guys, about the show, the upcoming episodes, theories, whatever thoughts you have, guys, let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.